like to talk about a little bit about Norwin. Norwin's a guy that's been faithful, and he's in his late 30s, and he's a single father, and he works with a friend of mine that works at a farm, and basically he's a guy that comes and he just serves the Lord for a love of the Lord, and he's been growing in the Lord. He's also taking the Calvary Distinctives class with us, and just keep him in prayer, and that he would continue to grow. He does sound with us. His name's Norwin. Something cool that God did with Norwin this last week was I was here at the facility, watching the facility by myself a couple days, and was blessed with that experience to spend some time with the Lord. And one of the nights I wanted to take someone out to go eat, and I was trying to call this one friend, but I ended up calling, there's a lot of guys called Norwin, so I called the Norwin that I wasn't thinking of. But it was an accident, but it ended up being something that God wanted to do, because and Norwin said, I like to go out to eat, and I'd like to be able to come, but I don't have money, to go out and eat. So I was able to bless them and take him and his young daughter is like 6 years old or 8 years old, and we were able to have fellowship and go get something to eat, and something God did, just seeing his need and being able to bless him that day. So just thank God for that, and just keep him in prayer as he continues to grow. Hey guys, it's Greg. So it's good to talk with you again. I know it's been a while, so we just wanted to give you guys a heads up and to communicate with you guys what's going on over here. We hope that you're doing well and in ministries and where God has you. We this last month we started a new ministry called Calvary Distinctives, and it's not really a new ministry, but here at the church here we haven't really been going through as a class Calvary Distinctives. So that is a ministry that we started, and Pastor Carlos has been teaching that, and be in prayer for the guys, especially. Some of the guys that are doing that are Moises, Danielle, and Norwin. And just be in prayer for them, that they would grow, and also for Danielle, that he would receive the Lord and would follow the Lord.
The works of your hands, it's all in your hands.
Just giving praise to God. We thank God that the radio station is still going and functioning. Thanks to the Lord, and we're sending out praise and worship 24 hours a day with Calvary Chapel pastors, that are teaching through the Word of God. If you could keep the radio station in prayer, that God will raise up somebody to be a full-time DJ. They would be in the radio station full-time and will be able to work and be there more full-time.
Now I am sure of this, I'm yours.
So on Friday nights, we're doing a little bit of a new touch on Friday nights with the youth, and we've been doing some home Bible studies with them just to be able to be a little more intimate with them, and just focusing always on the Word of God and in prayer, and also modeling acts as we fellowship with them and have communion. So just be in prayer for that time. We're hoping in the next couple of weeks that we'll be able to go to one of the houses of the youth, that we'll be able to use that, and this ministry will grow.
In the thunder and the wind obey at the command of my Father.
On Sunday nights, we also have a time with the youth, and we just started a new series, and we're going through a series called Growing Through Grace. And that's a series by Pastor Bob Hoekstra. So if you could just go ahead and pray for that as the kids learn about grace and how not to follow God, how many times we start out following God by faith and through grace, but we forget that we need to continue in God's grace, and we have so much that God offers us through His grace, and as we learn it about the Old Testament and the New Testament and the Old Covenant and the New Covenant, and how we can continue to walk in grace and grow in the Lord through that. So that's a study that we'll be going through, and we just started this last Sunday, and we're going to continue through that. So be in prayer for the kids, that they would experience God's grace, God's power, His Spirit, and then will be emboldened to share with other youth, and as they just focus on the Lord and His Word and prayer and being together, that through that we know God will cause them to be fruitful and to produce fruit